What are some good lenses for low light photography? So there's different types of low light photography. Do you want to take pictures in a dark room? Are you taking photos outdoors where it's dark and it's just moonlit, or in the evening? Are you taking photos in an event where there's going to be different types of spotlights but it's actually dark? All of these things determine what lenses you want. Do you want a lens that will be able to perform well in low light but also be light in terms of the size of it? Different apertures. If you're not familiar with apertures, I've done a separate playlist about learn photography and what aperture means, shutter speed, ISO, those kind of things. And I've given you actual examples of photos, how they change with different levels. So I'm hoping that will help you if you're quite new. You probably will be quite new if you're looking at these types of videos, especially if you've got a DSLR where you can have different interchangeable lenses. So with low light, there's a few things you want to think about. If you've got a kit camera, when I say a kit camera, I'm talking about a Canon camera that you've brought and it's come with a lens. So like a 2000D comes with a 18-55 kit lens, and that has certain parameters to it which limit how much in how dark situation you can shoot and still get a good exposure. So if you're in a dark room and you're shooting at, for example, 3.5 aperture, you might have to knock up the ISO to 3200 or 1600 to get a decent enough image. But as soon as you knock up the ISO, it's more sensitive to the light in the room. So the image might be slightly different to where it would be at 100 ISO, a lower number. What you can do, an instant upgrade without spending a couple of £100 on a lens, get yourself a flashlight. When I say a flashlight, I'm talking this kind of thing. So you could probably pick up one of these flashes for like £50. Get yourself some rechargeable batteries, and then you're ready to go. The lens you've got now will perform in low light. If you're in a small room, you can bounce the light off different parts of the room to get the light, because that's basically what your low light situation is. If I point that way and bounce it off that wall, this side will be dark, but the side that the picture is coming on will be exposed, so it gives you a bit of dimension to the photo. So when it comes to lenses, you can pick up lenses such as the Canon 50mm 1.8. You can pick up lenses like that start at a lower aperture. That is a 24-70 2.8 lens. The 2.8 refers to how low down it can go in terms of, I'm talking numbers, but aperture wise it opens it up wider, letting in more light, which lets you take photos at a lower light situation. But if you pair a camera with a flash, this could be, instead of a 28-70, this could be the kit 18-55, which is like 3.5 to 5.6, and with a flash you'll get similar photos. It's depending on how into it you are, because people tend to say, oh, the better glass is good. I agree with that. I've got old cameras, I've bought good lenses because they are what send the light to the sensor, which are basically making the photos. But if you want to get into it and you're quite early in your journey, the flashlight will open up so much opportunities for you. If you start learning how to use the light, where you should bounce it from and how it looks, that will give you a better feel than you spending a lot of money on a lens. Lenses wise, actually you could pick up a lens as well, actually, because a flash is about £50 in the UK. If you pick up a Canon 50mm 1.8 or even the similar branded ones, that would be probably £50. So about £100 range, you'll get a light and a lens, and you can shoot at higher f-stops. Higher f-stops give you sharper images, so you'll have less blur in the background. However, compression, all those things come into play. But I've set up a separate playlist about getting into photography and the Learn Photography series, which actually will help you. Lenses wise, that's my overview. There are loads of lenses out there, but I'll do a dedicated episode about lenses and what they mean. But this is an overview to get you thinking about the best lenses for low light. I'm hoping this helps you. I've got additional videos here which will get you started, and I'll see you on one of those videos.